we have come to see
The Hoysaleshwara Temple in Halibeedu. The Hoysaleshwara Temple in the village of Halibeedu is one of the most sculpturally elaborate buildings in South Asia. Dancing images of gods, goddesses, and celestial beings carved in high relief into locally sourced soapstone blocks dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. The Hoysaleshwara temple was built around 1120 CE with some additions made in later decades. At that time, Halibeedu was then called Dorasamudra, was the capital city of the Hoysala dynasty, which held political power in the region between 1000 and 1346 CE. It is the largest surviving temple of the Hoysala period, and it was the first to display an innovative design that epitomizes what art historians now call the Hoysala style. The design of this temple's exterior walls is divided into three parts. On the bottom are eight sculptural friezes, horizontal bands of imagery depicting elephants, lions, vines, horses, narratives, makaras, and humans. Above them, a succession of large figural images carved into blocks representing Hindu deities, divine musicians and dancers, and other celestial beings. Along the top, schematic images of temple towers supported on pillars, separated from the figures below by an overhanging eave carved in a motif of jeweled garlands. This three-part design is seen on the western, northern, and southern sides of the temple and on the central section of the eastern side. Along most of the eastern side, stone screens fill the space between the narrative friezes and the roof line.
see the huge long lake which you can see in the distance here. It's called Dwara Samudra Lake. And Halibeedu also was called Dwara Samudra. And Dakshin Banaras, South Banaras, Dwara Samudra. These were the other names for Halibeedu.
We are approaching the temple from the southern side.
There are two Shiva shrines, Hoysaleshwara and Santhaleshwara.
It is known as a Dvikuta temple, that means two shrines.
Each shrine has a Garbhagriha, Antarala, a Navaranga pillar.
Here you will see two statues. The one on the left is Ganesha, and on the right is the Hoysala emblem of Sala fighting with a lion. Statue of Ganesha, Hoysala emblem. Ahead of us are the two Shiva shrines, and to the right are the Nandi shrines, which are situated on the eastern side of the Shiva or Lingam shrines. The temples are built on a platform which you can see here. This platform has got star shaped corners like this. Since there are two shrines, this site has got 64 corners like this. Now we are going on to the western side of the temple, circumambulating it. There are excellent carvings on the walls. We'll come to those later. At the bottom, you can see these tiers of friezes. The middle panel is of carvings from the Shaivism sect, Vaushnavism, and tales from the Mahabharata and Ramayana, and also from the Puranas. Ascending the steps, we see the two Dwarapalakas and the Torana on top. We are now inside the temple from the southern route. You can see a gatekeeper and his assistant outside the shrine. The carved necklaces around the Dwarapalaka's neck and the skull decked crown are worth noting.
Two Dwarapalakas.
Nandi and Mahakala.
Ah, here is the huge Nandi.
The seventh largest one in India. Looking back into the shrine from the Nandi's perspective,
There you can see
the Shivalinga. This appears to be a platform for dancing. Shiva is carved into the panel above the Nandi. This is the Shivaling of the Hoysaleshwara shrine. These pillars have 5 modules. Originally, there were carvings at the top of these pillars known as Madanikas. At present, only a fraction of the original number of carvings remain. These 5 module pillars are made out of soapstone. Great darshan of the Shivalinga, Hara Hara Mahadeva.
two Dwarapalakas.
Nandi and Mahakala. Shiva dancing on top the demon Apasmara Purusha. Invaders plundered the temple in the 14th century to loot the riches under the idols. After that, it was destroyed and became known as Halibeedu or destroyed city.
That previously called Dwara Samudra.
This is the passage between the two shrines. There are 108 pillars corresponding to the 108 dance poses of Lord Shiva. This is a figure of Shiva, Nataraja Shiva. It has been brought here from elsewhere. Heading towards the northern shrine of Santhaleshwara.
Nothing inside.
This is an empty
Well,
shrine. I believe this sculpture was brought here from elsewhere. This is the altar of Shantaleshwara.
it is garlanded. You can see a Shiva Linga. There's one more Nandi for this Shiva.
One can appreciate the ceiling and panel carvings. These have been carved on soapstone.
See the delicacy of the architecture.
These are part of the decorated ornaments of this Dwarapalakas. These ornaments are called Jayanti Mala. You can see the skulls in his crown. You can see a Madanika at the top of this pillar here. Now we are going to exit through the north entrance and have a closer look at the wall panels.
Ganesha.
With his snout pointing to the right. This is the eastern side. Now you can see the Nandi shrines. The north and further ahead is the south one.
See the famous story of how the ocean was churned in this panel here.
This is the scene of the Samudra Manthan. Vasuki is the rope being pulled by the Devas to the right and the Asuras to the left.
Their heads have been decapitated or damaged.
This is the churning rod made from Mount Mandara.
And this is a tortoise
Supporting Mount Mandara.
It's a Kurma avatar of Lord Mahavishnu.
Mount Mantara being used as the churning rod.
The serpent is wrapped around it, and on this side you have
the Asuras towards Vasuki's head.
So when the ocean was churned here, what emerged was nectar. But along with nectar, there was also poison. And this poison was so much that it threatened to engulf the whole world. So Lord Vishnu requested Lord Shiva to contain this poison, and Shiva gulped the poison.
But Parvati squeezed Shiva's throat to prevent it from going down. The poison stayed in his neck.
And that is why Shiva has got a blue throat due to the poison stuck.
That's why he's called Neelakantan, or the blue-necked one. You can see the several rows of friezes starting with elephants in the lowest rung, then lions, then Samudra Manthan, then the legendary animal Makara. You can see so many sculptures. That is why the temples of Halibeedu are known for their sculptures on the exterior, whereas Belur is renowned for the sculptures inside the lowest tier of carvings consisting of elephants. Three types of trees producing an intoxicating drink. The only person unaffected is the sage sitting in penance, a wise person in meditation unaffected by the intoxicant drink. musicians and dancers. This is an unfinished panel. These Nandis are the most ornamented you can ever see. Behold the ornamentation from head to toe and the polished snout. You can see the reflection here. Nandi is the eternal guardian to Lord Shiva. Even after 900 years, see the gloss and shine. The details to ornamentation is absolutely phenomenal.
Amazing decoration for a Nandi.
This is the decoration of the highest order for Nandis. You can see the skin wrinkles between the chains. This is the seventh largest Nandi in India, bigger than the one we previously saw.
The bottommost has got bells, elaborately decorated, kneeling on his four legs before the Lord, folded front leg. One leg is like that, and the other leg is here. Nandi, the eternal guardian to Lord Shiva.
Outer carvings. Here is Arjuna aiming for the eye of the fish by seeing its reflection in a bowl of oil below. This is from the Mahabharata before the Swayamvara of Draupadi. Dancers festively celebrating the victory of the Pandavas. Tandaveshwara. Uma Maheshwara. Uma Maheshwara. Narasimha Avatara of Vishnu. Shanmuga. Uma Maheshwara. Yoga Narasimha. Mahishashuramardini, Narasimha Avatar,